moved here to the Kaw Valley when you were about 8 years old in 2004. Is my math right? More or less? Anyway, at the Camp Nash Campfire Circle that was dedicated, I had the good pleasure to have been adopted by Ian Thomas, an Eagle Scout, who was then working as a camp counselor on the Emergency Preparedness BSA program, along with Ranger Rick, that you may know, who was accepted my challenge to create a Hornaday Award Eco Challenge course at Camp Nash. When you were you went to Mize Elementary School?
Maybe.
Okay. Well, it turned out that in that same year, 2004, I happened to decide to do a community service project, call it Social Capital Investing, and decided to rescue the OWL site, the Outdoor Wildlife Learning Site. And your mom reminded me that a DeSoto School District posse stepped forward, including the principal, Pam Hargrove, the art teacher, Jan McElwain, the custodian, John Zaring, and one of your teachers, I believe, Kathy Hess. Now, I don't think Dan Hess is here, but I think as your mom related it to me, Kathy said, Casey, you're a lot like my son Dan. One day you're going to be an Eagle Scout. So what I want you to remember is that whatever the human mind can conceive, it can either achieve or deceive. You're on the achieve side. You're an executor, not an excuse maker. This particular, hopefully I got that right. I don't want you to prove me wrong. Coming forward, just in terms of how this thing tended to unfold, in 2006, the city of Shawnee, where you live, celebrated their sesquicentennial. I was able to pay back my posse by getting the Shawnee Dispatch to run a weekly column about hidden hometown heroes, about our SCART leaders and our educators and the people that make a difference in the community. That was the inspiration for the conversation I had with Drew about the fifth freedom, your freedom of influence. And maybe I should remind you what the first four freedoms are, because they were part of they weren't part of my civics lesson, because I went to school in Missouri. I didn't have the same kind of quality education that you have here in Kansas. FDR on January 6, 1941, gave a speech to Congress called the Four Freedoms. It was freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom from fear, and freedom from want. The fifth freedom is the freedom of influence, to be part of your community, to be part of your family, and to make a difference every day through service to others. I happened in 2008, the same year that I joined the VFW post, to also be able to work with the city of DeSoto to get the Johnson County DeSoto Riverfront Authority Act passed. I also became a member of the Lawrence Breakfast Optimist Club and started writing articles for the Lawrence Journal World Marketplace, because those series of articles that we started with the city of Shawnee are now part of the Go magazine in Lawrence, Kansas, that focuses on good news about what people do in their community. In 2010, you took up the challenge as my deputy watershed marshal to let freedom ring, to be part of the Partners in Patriotism program that was mentioned earlier, and to celebrate during the Scout Centennial our Midwest Mariners Memorial. Casey, what I'd like to say is well done.